Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I have a cute little video idea. I was wondering what kind of videos I could do for Christmas without it, besides the holiday gift ideas. And then this came to me. So, what happens on Christmas besides being with your family and getting gifts? And some people go to church. Some people sing carols. Some people play in the snow if there's snow in your area. If you are very fortunate to have that, because most of the time we don't have that here. So I thought we watch movies and we eat. And one of the things that I love to do besides eating all the good food, treats, desserts, sweets. And I love both of those things. I love food and I love movies. So I decided, why not give my favorite Christmas movies and my favorite Christmas treats. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go down. There's no real sequential order. There's no ranking here. It's just favorites in general. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name one Christmas movie and then one Christmas treat, and then back to the movie, and then so on. So this first one that I'm going to mention, I'm kind of cheating because I'm counting them as one on the list, though they're two movies. Home Alone 1 and 2. I love those movies. Those are just classic in the household. We watched them so many times. My dad has been watching those two movies for like the past month. And I know the movies so well that when I hear one sound, I know what scene and I know exactly what's happening, and it plays in my head. So I don't even need to be in the room, although being in the room is a treat to watch these movies. These are awesome. I love Kevin and his ingenuity. I love his bravery. And Marv and Harry are hysterical. The parents, Buzz, definitely don't like. But Kevin, so cute in the first one and incredibly funny and resourceful in the second one. I mean, the first one was incredibly resourceful, but the second one, he's in the city and he is doing so much for a kid his age. And I'm not going to mention any names, CinemaSins, but they clearly don't appreciate the unbelievable moments in the movies, I should say. And I don't care. It's so much fun. And I like the theory that he grew up to be Jigsaw. So this treat has been a household staple. Since I was a kid, my mom would make these cookies and we would love it. And then she taught us, some of the girls, to make them. So I remember my youngest sister loved baking too. I learned instantly. I have been making them for the past, I don't know how many years. I've given these as gifts. They are the Mexican wedding cookies. And yes, my mom, part Mexican. There are different versions of this cookie from different countries, but I know them as Mexican wedding cookies, and they are delicious. Now, I don't personally love confectioner's sugar. I just don't. It's too sweet for me. I could do without that when any dessert is presented. However, these cookies, because of this confectioner's sugar added when they're warm, it's kind of like almost melts in your mouth kind of cookie. And I love nuts. Pecans. They're not associated with weddings generally in Mexico. It's just popular there, and they're called polvorones, and I love them. They are so good. They are one of my favorite cookies, and thus a favorite Christmas treat, because that is when we generally have them. The next movie that I'm gonna mention is a spectacular Christmas tradition, A Christmas Story. I love this movie so much. We watch it on like a loop on Christmas Day. I mean, we don't just sit in front of the TV and only like, we can go about our business, but keep coming back to watching the movie. We have to at least watch it once in full, all together, and then we can continue and then watch it again. And oh my gosh, my mom started that tradition. And generally I can't have movies on repeat like that, but A Christmas Story on Christmas Day is a tradition. There's so many awesome moments. Ralphie in the bunny costume, the family eating Chinese dinner, and so the dad says, "It's smiling at me," to the "you'll shoot your eye out" moments, the boot to the face, "you'll shoot your eye out, kid," to this is where I got my love for one of my favorite meals, meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Meatloaf, this is where I got my love for it, because of his little brother. I can't put my arms down. You put your arms out when you get to school. Oh. Okay, so many moments. Such an awesome, awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, it is really nice, and not everyone will love it as much as I do, but it is a classic, and I think that at least once in your life you should watch it. Do yourself that favor. Don't be the person that hasn't seen A Christmas Story. Don't do that. Why would you be like that? This next treat is so good. This can be enjoyed anytime, but this particular version is definitely a staple for Christmas in our household. It is my mom's cheesecake with cranberry sauce on top. You guys don't understand my mom's cheesecake. This is, and I love cheesecake, but I'm also very particular. I can't have a sucky cheesecake. Thus, like, I can't have sucky pizza. Like, not every pizza is great, okay? And not every cheesecake is good.
You know what? I think Monica would be very interested to know that you called her cheesecake dry and mealy.
So, my mom's cheesecake is the best cheesecake I have ever tasted, and I have tasted many, and I will not suffer my lactose intolerance pain for any cheesecake, for just any. It's gotta be awesome. This cheesecake is it, and my mom sells them, and she's gonna start selling more, but she sold them, and they're so good. I've had people ask me, where did I get this cheesecake, and I tell them my mom makes it. My mom's delicious cracker crust, or cookie cracker crust. So good. It's like, and it's so creamy and like whipped creamy goodness. This is so good. Not Ken. My mom makes cranberry sauce for Christmas dinner or Christmas Eve dinner, and she makes it from scratch with cinnamon, anise, like orange zest and orange peels. Oh my gosh. And cranberries. So good. I love it for dinner. I also love it for my muffins that I make. And this goes so heavenly. So heavenly with my mom's cheesecake. It's the best Christmas dessert pairing. It is the best Christmas treat that I could ask for. I'm sorry that you've been deprived of this goodness. So this next movie is also a Christmas tradition. Most of these movies are Christmas traditions. This is one of near and dear to my heart. It is A Charlie Brown Christmas. I love that movie. I love how like he is thinking about like the commercialism of Christmas and what's become, and Linus is so wise and he's helping Charlie Brown just come back, get the spirit of Christmas. Charlie Brown gets discouraged. He gets this tree that later turns out to be a beautiful tree, and Linus helps Charlie Brown get better, like to see that what Christmas is really about, and he shouldn't forget it. And then when everyone comes together to make the little scrawny tree beautiful, the spirit is shared and alive, and it's just a great story. It's beautiful, beautiful little movie. Love the Peanuts gang. I mean, I love it so much that I had to have this mug. My coffee's cold now. I was having this with a new favorite treat. I got this Trader Joe's chocolate pecan pie bar, and it is not a favorite Christmas treat. It would be if I make this on my own and make it with the tart shell that I like. Anyway, I made a video about that. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Let's go on to the next treat. It's these cookies that I've made, and I've actually made them for gifts. I love them. It's a combination of a chocolate crackle cookie and a chewy chocolate cookie. It's married, and it's a beautiful marriage. I did this because there was a cookie that my mom wanted to make, and the recipe called for turbinado sugar, and I got it, and then I was wondering, well, why can't I put this on my cookie? And so I put it on top, and this created a glorious cookie. It is delicious. It is so good. I can't, like, it is so good to me. So chocolatey and so not really sweet, even though it does have the turbinado sugar on top. I don't make my desserts incredibly sweet because I, for one, don't like it, but I also am trying to make it, like, not as, you know, life-threatening to people. This next film is such a fun movie. It's just so magical. It's just fun. It's good old-fashioned fun. It's the Polar Express. And again, not saying any names, CinemaSins. Some people just don't appreciate the magic. We just love it in our family. And it's just like, it's a kid that is being down, doesn't have like a great feeling for Christmas. He's just not feeling great. He's feeling kind of sad, and he's just not into Christmas. So comes along a train that takes him to the North Pole, and thus he goes on the journey that leads him to believing, because he did not believe in Santa. Along his journey, there are other kids that are on their own journeys, and they also learn things. There's this one annoying kid, and if you watch the movie, you will find out, and if you've already seen it, you already know which kid I'm talking about. Next treat on the list, my orange cranberry muffins. Cranberries. Full plump cranberries and orange. They go so well together. I usually make them as mini muffins, and then I'll make a jam, and I love eating it together, but I also love eating it with my mom's cranberry sauce, and I love it. And they're really nice, moist, soft, not super sweet, but very orange. The orange comes through. This can be eaten for breakfast, a snack, lunch, whatever, even for dessert. It's just, I love orange cranberry. So great, so full of flavor, juicy, tart. This movie is so adorable and funny and has awesome music. It is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Dr. Seuss, a genius. His stories are magical, timeless. I love the little doggy. I especially love, aside from the Grinch being funny, I especially love the song.
You're as cuddly as a cactus, you're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a...
So good. I don't think that a Dr. Seuss movie needs real explanations as to why I love it. This next treat is a beverage. Hot chocolate with, or hot cocoa, whatever you want to call it, with marshmallows. I love this. I love winter and being cold, and I also love getting warm. And one of the things that my mom used to make to get us warm for playing in the snow and then continuing to do so afterwards is make hot chocolate. She actually makes it on her own. Like, she makes her own hot chocolate. Even like a very good like dark chocolate packet, like powder packets, that'll do. I love to see the marshmallows dissolve. I love just, it's just a like a timeless beverage. So this movie is just so funny to me. This is Bad Santa. I just love it. It's so funny. It's not like a typical Christmas movie. It is about a bad guy, you know, Bad Santa. And he does bad things, and he steals, and he meets a kid, and he's at first taking advantage of this child, and then he starts like to feel for this kid and starts maybe not wanting to be so bad, even though he is what he is. This next treat is something that I eat not just on Christmas, but it is a staple for Christmas. It is pumpkin pie. And I know that some people don't like pumpkin pie, but I love pumpkin pie. My mom makes such great pumpkin pie. She makes it like from scratch. She used to, when we were kids, you would make it from like a can, but then she made it from scratch. And ever since then, it's been going up. And it was good before with the can because, you know, obviously, when I was a kid, it was sweet. It was really good. When she started making it, it's just so good. And I love it with fresh whipped cream. So good, refreshing and light. It just elevates the pie just a tad. It didn't need it because it was really good, but adding it, so good. And then to eat it with the cheesecake and the cranberry sauce, oh, that's such a phenomenal combination. So this next movie is another classic, and there are different iterations of this movie, and I just love it in general. And I actually saw a play or the musical, and I really was captivated by it. It is The Nutcracker. A lot of awesome music. The Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. I don't care if I'm like going crazy with my elbows. I'm about to knock over my coffee. I love Sugar Plum Fairy. I can't not love it. It's so like, I'll put a little bit. Just, it does something to me. I love music so much, and classical is just, it has a way of like touching you and pulling you, and it's just so powerful. I love Tchaikovsky, and I could just listen to this over and over. So this is a newer favorite, and it's something that I worked on for so long, and there was a time that I brought it with me and it didn't turn out so good, and I was really sad. It is my almond poke cake with strawberry compote. And it's usually, it could be whatever berry. I've done different berries. But the easiest would be strawberry. And it's probably the one that almost everybody likes. I love it. It's such an almondy flavored cake. The almond flavor is so prevalent, and because it is mixed with the strawberry compote, because I put it all over the holes, the texture of the top layer is so good. I just love, it's like there's like a juxtapose, like the top layer and the bottom layer, and they work so well together. And then the flavor of the strawberry with the almond is just a beautiful, it's like a symphony. And not because I made it, but because I love almond cake. This video is going on forever. Let's speed it up because I'm almost done. This might not be a Christmas movie to many people, but in the same vein that Die Hard to me is a Christmas movie, so is the Chronicles of Narnia. They had Christmas in the movie, so there is Christmas, and it is a Christmas movie. And I love Chronicles of Narnia and The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Oh my gosh, I love the book, and I love the movie. And I love it, and I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it this year. I love those kind of movies, and I don't know, because I watched so many versions of the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's just, ever since I was a kid, I've seen the newest version, I've seen the version before that in like live action, and I've seen the cartoons. I love the Pevensies. This treat that I'm going to be talking about is a treat that I enjoy every day, several times a day. It is needed and it is loved. I need it for flavor, not because it gives me energy or anything. It does make me feel good, like just like orange juice used to before give me a lot of heartburn. I need coffee in my life because it's like a love. It's a love. It's the love of my life. Today I had a cappuccino and it was glorious. Glorious. I love coffee and nice little sprinkling of nutmeg or cinnamon. So good. I love it. And I don't add sugar to my cappuccinos or any espresso based beverage, but it just, I need it with my treats. So it might not be a typical treat, it is a treat to me. Alright, that is my list of favorite Christmas movies and Christmas treats. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Happy holidays. And I'm going to finish my treat and go to sleep. Bye.